First I'm going to pin down the front of the fabric, then I'm going to start cutting around the pattern. Make sure you have fabric scissors. We also cut the little triangles around the pattern to make sure where you pin down the seams together. We are going to cut part 1 of the skirt. Make sure it's on the fold area as it's the front of the skirt. Now we are going to cut part 2 of the skirt, as part 2 of the skirt is not the front area as it's the back of the skirt. Now we're going to cut around the lining. Now we are going to cut the middle of the top as it's the bone-in area and the back of the corset. After we have cutted our pattern out, we are ready to sew. I'm now going to sew the seams of the skirt where I've pinned down the seams. Get your ruler and chalk and start by drawing a straight line onto the fabric where you've marked 13 centimetres. Now everybody, we will start cutting around the fabric where I drew the belt from the fabric. Now I'm going to pin down the edge and the end of the belt. Leave the front as I'm going to reverse till we get to the end of the belt. Once we reverse, I then start to hand stitch the end of the belt. Then we are going to pin down the belt around the skirt till we get to the end of the skirt seam where I will add a zipper. Once I've pinned around the skirt, we are going to get our sewing machines out and start sewing around the skirt to sew in the belt. Make sure the stitch is a straight stitch. Now we're going to pin down the zipper onto the seam allowance. Now we're going to tailor tack by hand stitching the zipper onto the seam allowance. make sure you have a zipper foot before you use the sewing machine. Now we're ready to sew. Now we're going to sew the second side of the zip. Now we're going to use the overlocker by sewing the edge of the zipper. Now once we've used the overlocker, we're going to use the sewing machine by sewing the lining and the back area of the corset. Once I've sewn the lining, now we're going to sew the seams for the boning. Now we're going to put the boning into the seam allowance. Thank you for watching my video. Hopefully you enjoy.